In this video, I'm going to be talking about things you missed in part 3 of the 2024 summer update. Yes, there were quite a few things added that you probably don't yet know about. So I'm going to go through all of the important stuff in this video. If you enjoy, drop a like and subscribe, but let's get straight into it. Okay, so the first two things on this list are actually to do with ERLS. So if you own or are in a private server that has the custom ERLS patterns Game Pass, there's now two extra things for this. So I created one just for the sake of this video, but the first thing is of course fire department. You can now change the ERLS pattern of a fire department vehicle, which is good. You couldn't do that before, and obviously a lot of you guys like to play on the fire department and you couldn't do it before, but now you can change the ERLS pattern on the fire department team. But that's not the most important thing. The biggest thing for me is the fact that, as you can see, there is now an option to have green ERLS light patterns. So as you can see, if I just get a test one here and delete all of these, and then if we save that, join on to the team I had it on and spawn in a car, you will see that it will now have green ERLS lights. So if we put it on stage 3, there you go. As you can see, there is now green ERLS lights in ERLC. Now there's actually quite a few benefits to this, one of them being staff vehicles. This was made with the intention of private servers in mind. Of course, they know vehicles on private servers use the amber lights usually. You see the amber or blue ones usually for staff vehicles. However, now they've added a completely separate color. So if you own your own private server, or if you've joined a private server recently and seen green ERLS lights and wondered how did they do that, well, this is how they added it in the update. Now this wasn't added as one of the main little things that they listed in the update log, and I don't know why, because this is kind of quite a big thing for private servers. Of course, in a lot of games on Roblox or in other games, even on like 5M and GTA, staff vehicles use the green light instead of the usual blue. Now you can obviously set this the same way as all ERLS colors to a certain vehicle on a certain setting if that's what you want to do. So you see, you can still have red and blue here, or you can still have green on the same vehicle, but these will only really be for staff vehicles. But it's still cool that you can now see a staff member, and at night time as well. If we make it night, as you can see, this does look pretty cool indeed. Look how cool it looks with all of the green flashing lights. It's very nice, looks awesome. Obviously you can't use these in public servers, this is simply only for private roleplay servers, but very cool. Let's move on to the next one. Now this one is actually very good. So with the addition of the classic cars Game Pass revamp, people wanted some new updates to certain things. Can I just say the handling on this vehicle is insane, by the way. It's very overpowered. Turning circle is insane, but to go along with the classic trend, if you like driving classic cars, they have added back two guns that used to be in the game but they removed due to bugs, and they are of course revolvers. Yes, revolvers are back in ERLC, which of course, if you like classic cars, it just adds to the classic vibe. So if you have the classic cars Game Pass, you really can have a nice little classic vibe, because you have the revolvers, which are of course classic guns, and you also have the very nice classic vehicles. So yeah, there's 3 new revolvers in the game, or well, 3 revolvers added back to the game. We've of course got the Colt Python here, we have the Limat revolver, and then there's also one on the police team as well, but I don't know what it's called, but it is there, and it is very cool. And then the next thing I want to talk about is again to do with private servers. It's quite a small one, but private server co-owners can now change the uniforms in private servers. So they can now add custom uniforms and change the codes and stuff like that. They didn't used to be able to do that before, but now if you're a private server co-owner, then you can now add custom uniforms to a server that you co-own, if you have the co-owner permission, of course. So yes, very cool. Just a little thing, but if you are a co-owner in any private servers, that is good to know. And the next one is a little bit more of an interesting one, and it is actually a new pistol holding animation. So you might have noticed it earlier when I had my revolver out, but it actually has changed how you hold the pistol. So of course we had in one of the other parts, I don't know why I just got my drone out, we had in one of the other parts, whereas when you got it out of your inventory or when you equipped it, it would come out of your duty belt if you have one equipped. And now they've also changed the holding animation as well, so it looks like you're holding it forwards, which is how you should do in real life. And you can also kind of see your hands here, which You can kind of see the uniforms, how they're made, and it kind of looks a bit weird, but if you can look past that, then it's very, very cool. Of course, the recoil has not been fixed if you are in third person. So yeah, very, very nice, very cool pistol. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so for the next one, I got one of my instructors from my recording crew in this server so I can show you a little bit about it. Now, it's actually kind of funny. So when we got the ATVs, of course, this one is not the one I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about the Canyon Descender one. Now, when we got these added to the game, you couldn't actually put any criminals in them. If you detained someone, you could not seat them in your vehicle. You had to get someone else to take them for you. So if you had one of these and you detained someone, you just had to arrest them straight away because you couldn't take them anywhere unless you wanted to walk or call someone else. However, now if I arrest this guy and then detain him, as you'll see in a moment, I can now actually put him in the back of this ATV. Now this is pretty funny to me because it's funny how you can just throw someone in the back of an ATV and just go off-roading with them. It's pretty funny. It's just a little thing that you probably didn't know they added, but it's pretty interesting either way. But that is all for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if there's anything I missed off this list. There was a few other little things as well and a few bug fixes, but nothing really that's worth talking about. And I think you can also put your ATV on the back of a trailer as well, still with someone detained in it. So I haven't actually tried this out myself, but I think you can detain someone and put them in the back of your ATV or UTV or whatever you want to call it, and then put your UTV back on a trailer and then attach your trailer to your normal police car and drive around with your UTV trailer attached with the UTV on it with a person in the UTV that is detained. So I think that is just pretty funny. Again, it's one of these tiny little things. People don't really notice these things. People don't really read them in the update log, and it's not going to affect anyone really that dramatically, but it's just one of them little things that at some point will probably come in handy for some people. And yeah, it's just an actual pretty good update. There was quite a few things in this update that they added that people don't really know about, and like I said, there's actually quite a few things on this list that I still haven't included in this video, but for the most part that is all of the important stuff. But I hope some of these things I showed you can benefit from, and yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.